Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Blockchain backer with this, and like magic, Bitcoin makes it to a new all-time high. He was referencing a tweet that he posted 14 hours earlier. The Russell 2000 did finally break the fib. So guys, taking a look at traditional markets, Russell 2000 did break finally the 0.786. You can see that here on the chart. And now, sure enough, Bitcoin has breached its all-time high. As you guys can see, as of the time of this recording, Bitcoin has cratered down below that all-time high. So brand new all-time high. Here, let's zoom out. It used to be $123,000 per coin, $123,200. And now, guys, Bitcoin has reached a new high right up here, a brand new high of about 124,500 per coin. Currently, we're seeing Bitcoin retracing a little bit to back down to 121.1. But that's not to say that it's over. It just means that we are now trying to break this level of resistance, and we do need to see, a big move with conviction. That is the key. And now that we've made a new all-time high, guys, for Bitcoin, I'm feeling like we need to break out of this with conviction. And if we can form some new support down on that former resistance level, that is the next step. Well, especially for altcoins to pick up and take off. Check out the Patreon if you guys want a more detailed explanation of what I'm talking about. I've rolled back prices. It is now only $5 a month, so we're back to old school prices. But you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock in to that $5 subscription. For the Patreon subscribers, I am going to be going away this weekend, so unless something really, really important happens, I won't be posting an update. And if something really important happens, I will kind of be scrambling to get an update out on my phone. But anyway, check it out. We're almost there, guys. Patreon.com/WorkingMoneyChannel. If you guys want to know the details, check this out. Fear and Greed is now up at 68. We've got altcoin season. They're slowly starting to budge. Now the market cap, guys, is firmly above $4 trillion. It's sitting at $4.14 trillion. Altcoins are, feeling it a little bit, even within the last 24 hours, even though we have seen the retracement. Altcoins are still in the green by and large, some better than others. Of course, Cardano's still up double digits. Within the last 7 days, Cardano's been up 27%. So, some of these cryptocurrencies still doing quite well. XRP is following that Bitcoin trend at the moment. When we take a look at XRP, you guys can see XRP also cratering a little bit after seeing a bit of a move to the upside. It topped out at 335. And now one XRP is going for back to 321 per coin. So in the grand scheme of things, guys, this is just the hourly chart. I would not worry too much. We still have to now get above this new all-time high for XRP, so $3.66. And to be quite honest, we're not that far off from it. Here we go. We're only about almost 12.5% down from that former all-time high. So, the other thing is, we are still forming what is looking like that Nike swoosh pattern. So making these higher lows. Next thing to do is to break this level in here, which is about $3.38. If we can get up above that with conviction, hopefully we can get up above that and top out. We'll probably hit resistance right and around here, which is at about $3.57. So that would be the next nut to crack for XRP specifically. But it is looking like we're right on track. Layer 7 of the log recession curve is calling. This coming from CryptoCon, $175,000 if Bitcoin were to reach it today. As soon as we finally break out of layer 6, and firmly believe we will, he says it's game on. So we're still seeing some very, very bullish predictions from some of these chart analysts. And the longer it takes, guys, the higher the prediction is going to be. So this is, he's looking at November 28th, 2025. The top possibility, $183,000 for one Bitcoin. And if we get there today, $175,000. So guys, where is it going to go from here? I'm sure you guys have also noticed this push to buy Link. Not only that, the push to sell your XRP to buy Link. Have you guys noticed this? He wasted 5 years in XRP and now sold into Link. This is coming from Bill Morgan. He was retweeting out a Jazz Appreciator's tweet here. This weekend, I realized I wasted 5 years in XRP. 2 in spaces made me sell everything for Link. And here is what happened. So there is now this push, like another one here from the Crypto Panda. XRP to Link rotation is going to be absolutely biblical. I'm not going to play you guys this video, but I mean, this is the push now. Dom also commenting on this. There's a concerted effort to discredit XRP happening right now. What are the odds that all these influencers just became super bullish on Link and started bashing XRP? I think it's because XRP is posing a bit of a threat. So piece together the puzzle. What do you see? So Anseem here saying Chainlink is like Ripple, but if the tech actually worked. Da Vinci Jeremy, oh my, XRP got screwed, and then he retweeted out the Crypto Pandas tweet. Miles Dusher saying here, I recently took a big position in Link. Does he say anything about XRP? No, he doesn't say anything about XRP, but I think you guys probably can recognize a pattern here. Fact of the matter is, if you were wondering, here, let's just bring up the Link chart. I'm going to bring up Link to USD. And I'm going to throw that on the daily. If you guys were wondering, I mean, Link still has not reached its all-time high yet. So we are about 120% from the all-time high. And even from the bear market from back in 2022, we've gone up about 280%. Now, the fact of the matter is 121% just to get back up to the all-time high. And to be honest with you, I'm not really liking the looks of this chart. XRP's chart looks even more bullish than that. The fact that we have stayed above the $3 level and the fact that it is, playing out a similar pattern to what we saw back in 2017 really does suggest that we could see another major move to the upside like this. So, compared to the Link chart, I don't know if I'd be selling my XRP. Well, I know I'm certainly not going to be selling my XRP at the moment for Link. But again, you guys can see what I'm doing over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I've opened up my portfolio, keeping it completely transparent to show you guys exactly what I am doing. And I'm not going to be doing this, spoiler alert. Anyway, wanted to thank Bill, the Crypto Panda, Dom here, CryptoCon, and the Blockchain Backer for posting those. We're in a good spot, guys. Remember when Eric Trump said this on Fox News?
Brian, it's infuriating. We had nowhere to go. Capital One stripped 300 bank accounts from me. 300 in the middle of the night. They sent us a letter after doing business for 20-something years. All your bank accounts for golf courses and condominium buildings and hotels, they're all gone in the middle of the night. I mean, how do you pay your taxes? How do you pay your employees? This happened across the board. It happened with JP Morgan Chase. It happened with Bank of America. It happened with First Republic. And this wasn't just happening to the Trumps, people with a lot of zeros on the end. This was happening to conservatives all over the country. We didn't have a damn choice. So before my father, won the election, before my father was in office, we started getting into cryptocurrency. The people in cryptocurrency were being debanked just like Trump was being debanked.
Right.
And you know what? It's become the fastest growing industry anywhere in the world. It's actually removed a lot of the power from the big banks who have weaponized their platforms against the American people, and I could not be more proud to be.
I love how he calls his dad Trump. Banks are bloated relics, and Swift charges like it's 1850. XRP and DeFi aren't trends. They are a natural upgrade. This coming from John Squire. And so, we are even seeing it from CEOs. It's all about public blockchains. I wanted to bring you guys this tweet here, an older tweet from last year. But Hunter Horsley said, the BlackRock CIO said, a few years ago, we thought private permission blockchains would lead. But now we've realized that it is public blockchains, that they are better, and it's because they're more liquid. This used to be a debate. Quietly, the debate has been settled. It is about permissionless blockchains. And Jared Johnson just asking the question, can somebody give me an example of each? Private, permission blockchains, and public. And Crypto Beast just pointing this out. So private and permission blockchains like Hedera, R3 Corda, and Quorum restrict participation. Only approved entities can validate or submit transactions. They're designed for enterprises and regulated environments. But public blockchains, guys, like BTC, the XRP ledger, Ethereum are fully open. Anyone can run a node, validate transactions, and use the network. You also got some building hybrid models like Circle's Arc. Validators are permissionless, but it's EVM compatible and interoperable with public chains, letting developers build publicly while institutions maintain compliance. You got some who build private channels on a public blockchain, something like a Polkadot parachain that can implement private transaction lanes to others. So there are some nuances there. Ultimately, though, guys, it is about public blockchains. So I think the powers that be are realizing it is game over. We do now have to implement DLT technology. And, just going back to this Eric Trump clip here. This is from a few months ago, so I'd be hard-pressed to believe that banks are still really debanking crypto platforms, especially since the Trump administration has come into power. Now, Riz also posting this. XRP Specializ In Payments. Here's a clip of Donald Trump praising the innovation of cryptocurrency. Listen to this.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that?
It's so true. Who would have thought we would have been saying that? Donald Trump is essentially saying XRP, the new payment rails, and this new financial technology, that is what is going to lead the United States. Riz also just retweeted out a tweet that Donald Trump did make on the Truth Social platform, or a post rather. A U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategy reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and ADA. Remember when he posted that? I will make sure the United States is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. And so he has kept good on his promise. Now, guys, we are also seeing more DLT technology, Ripple-related companies making waves overseas. This has to do with, specifically Ripple partner Thunes. They've teamed up with DigiPay and Airtel, and they've joined forces to accelerate financial inclusion in the DRC. So DigiPay, a pan-African fintech player, has formalized a strategic partnership with Ripple partner Thunes, a global payment network, and Airtel Money, DRC, an operator and provider of mobile wallets. And so this collaboration aims to strengthen money transfer corridors in the DRC and facilitate the instant receipt of funds by millions of users via Airtel Money. So what they're doing here, guys, this partnership marks a concrete step forward in simplifying international money transfers. It symbolizes the shared commitment to connecting African diasporas to their loved ones and facilitating financial transfers across the continent. Really what they're doing is opening up corridors, essentially. This collaboration strengthens our position as a strategic gateway between the DRC and its priority corridors, so the Eurozone, the UK, China, India, Dubai, Turkey, CMAC, and Angola, by offering an agile, digital, and 100% integrated solution to our users. So this is how the Ripple web does just continue to grow. More partnerships being forged and more corridors being open, becoming more liquid, and going to be using, some of these other technologies, but also leveraging Ripple partner Thunes and leveraging the XRPL. Guys, I also happen to see this. Al Ryan Bank goes live with Ripple partner Finastra. So Finastra, another leader in fintech and financial services software, did just announce that Al Ryan Bank, one of Qatar's largest Islamic banks with an international footprint, has successfully gone live with Finastra's corporate channels, enhancing and streamlining its corporate digital banking services. This next-generation platform enables the bank to offer a unified, secure, and consistent digital experience across all channels, while improving operational agility and customer satisfaction. By modernizing its trade finance and cash management infrastructure, Al Ryan Bank is now equipped to launch new first mobile capabilities, accelerating time to funds, and open new business opportunities while strengthening client retention. So IBC Solutions, a regional provider of banking services across the Middle East and Africa, led the implementation, which was completed in just 4 months. So this is what Finastra does, guys. They have been a Ripple partner, and they're implementing back-end technology. During the same period, Al Ryan Bank also upgraded to the latest release of Finastra Trade Innovation, ensuring compliance with the ISO 20022 standard. So that is another major milestone for them. Going live with corporate channels is a major step forward in our strategy to offer best-in-class digital services to our corporate clients. The platform provides us with a flexibility and scalability to meet evolving market demands and delivering secure, innovative, and client-centric trade finance and cash management services. So boom goes the dynamite, another RippleNet implementation through one of their major partners, Finastra. Going live in Qatar. I know the Middle East is already very XRP forward. We've got to remember XRP is a Sharia-compliant cryptocurrency as well. So it's very popular in the Middle East already. And more of these banks, I know, the bigger banks started onboarding earlier on, but, eventually all these banks are going to have to onboard to ISO 20022, and they're going to be doing it with Ripple partner Finastra as just one of those options. Temenos is another one. And ACI Worldwide is another one. I haven't heard too much about them recently. Nevertheless, great news there. Guys coming from the Finastra camp in the Middle East. Zave Crypto posting this. Now, he's not a Russian analyst. He is German. This is Oliver Michel, guys, and he's giving us his recent prediction on XRP price now that conditions have changed. And by conditions, I mean the lawsuit. He also addresses other technicals. Like I say, guys, this chart is set up for another bullish move to the upside. Here's what Oliver Michel has to say. And again, I'm going to translate this because it is in German. Listen to this. So with XRP, there was last Thursday on August the 7th. She says the final settlement of the Ripple SEC lawsuit, the Ripple SEC dispute, things went up a bit. That means they've risen above the $3 mark again with XRP. But I think there are some who might have hoped for a bit more after this truly final settlement. And yeah, I think the XRP community would agree. Yes. But no one is watching us, he says, because we had already asked the question, can we settle this legal dispute for the corresponding push concerns, for corresponding pump concerns that we had already said at that time that it would be settled. But now it's clear, guys, this is actually a non-event. So it will go ahead. At some point, it will be legally safe. And that is what has happened now. And the SEC and Ripple have agreed that both of them will withdraw their appeal. So you can see that here, and he's pointing to the paper there, and that it's always said the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, that is Torres. She was the first circuit that went into appeal in the Second Circuit. And Judge Torres said, well, if it comes to the wrong conclusion, you have to turn to the Second Circuit. You would both have to withdraw your appeals, withdraw your objections. They have now done that, and after 5 years, the matter is finally over. So he's just explaining the case. And now he says, we have said that back then too, now it counts. So now Ripple XRP has to provide the proof. As we said, a spot XRP ETF cannot be approved as long as we're involved in a legal dispute and the exact company, this coin, that's over now. So from this point on, nothing should stand in the way of a spot XRP ETF. So that's the first thing. And there's an incredible number of stories about whether BlackRock now also will apply for an XRP ETF. So he's picking up on the BlackRock story too. And whether they say they're not going to apply for it, but they're already buying a lot of XRP in the background is what he's saying. In order, the principal meld, I mean, if BlackRock says we'll do it, then the thing will go up. There's no question. So you'd be stupid if you shopped after the news. So basically what Oliver Michel is saying here is that, you should pretty much buy now. Again, this is not, I'm sure he's not providing financial advice, but he's saying it would be pretty dumb if you were to decide to wait for the news to buy. I'm just going to continue this. So he says there are some nice stories from there. But the bottom line is that business news has to come now, and that's where the demand's going to be. So proof of Ripple XRP must be provided, which is behind the 1,700 NDAs. So there's also the NDAs, guys, got to remember. And now that the lawsuit's concluded, maybe we can get those out. Companies worldwide with anyway, at the time when the legal dispute was at its peak, it came to light through the publication of the relevant documents. So when these NDAs are there and the companies, I'm missing this, now that they are testing with Ripple and using Ripple XRP, well, that's actually the case when the reports come out in a staccato manner and the person is working with Ripple, with the XRP ledger, with XRP. That would basically be what drives the whole story, and the goal remains the same. 8 to 10 US dollars are below here as far as the chart. Okay, here's where it gets interesting goes. And sideways movement here too this week. We always had a range between 2 and 3 euros. You have to remain patient now. The XRP goes with the market. It's not going alone. And he's now broken out, and let's say the green range, and now above this range, it's moving above 3 euros, and I can say, well, imagine that it'll hover around there for a bit longer before Bitcoin hits 120,000 euros, before Ethereum really takes off, and the market says, okay, now we're investing in Bitcoin, now we're investing in Ethereum, and now we're going to get into XRP2 because that's the third largest, and that will go straight up accordingly too. And I remember, he says, the last big pump was 1, 2, 3 weeks. Wow, in 3 weeks, 300% surge was achieved. That means we're not talking about having to wait another 4 months before we make the next 200-300%, but it can all happen very quickly. So about 3 weeks, that's what Oliver Michel is predicting. He does say we do have to wait for the other cryptos. Guys, Oliver Michel is also saying we're trading in a spec market. So Bitcoin has now made that move. I mean, it's retracing a little bit now. He also talks a little bit about Ethereum. Ethereum is getting very close to its all-time high as well, guys. So $4,800 for Ethereum. And that top line there does denote the Ethereum all-time high. So we're getting very, very close to that. Then XRP, he says, could move another 300% in 3 weeks. So where does that leave us? Here, let's throw a percentage tool on there. And 300%, guys, in 3 weeks. Well, that brings us very, very close. It's funny how these things work out. I mean, I gotta say, it is very funny. Oh, and this is the Coinbase chart here. Let me just put it back on the Bitstamp chart. And I'm just going to do that again. 300%. 300%. So that would be from here, and that would get us, guys, very, very close, very, very close to what our targets, I think, should be. Here, let me just zoom in here. Here, I'll throw it on the weekly so we can get more data on the chart here. And let's take that fib from the bottom to the trough. And guys, 300% gets us very, very close. Look at that. 300% gets us very, very close. About $13, and the top of the fib is the 4.236 is about $13.57. So very, very close. That is Oliver Michel's prediction. And I mean, there are still several factors we have to pay attention to. Guys, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing this particular bull run. Until the end of the month, I'm offering 15% off the Working Money Channel merch store. So if you guys haven't purchased your Working Money Channel merch yet, link is in the description. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.